Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, so we can keep you updated when new material is available. We will be posting new episodes bi-weekly. Also, check out the website Homegrown with G. Cole to listen and for all things homegrown. We're also very, very interactive. Please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook at MyGCole. And there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has indeed been a pleasure. Remember, be safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.
Just the next album, My Life. Or should I say Hello Africa? This one is a single. It's called My Life.
Now the hurdles are so high.
Squeeze off a 1 2 2 tune. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight.
Run or hide. Stand up on your feet when the time come. Cannot wait for deep sea fi dry down.
I seriously am. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute.
Fi die down. Conquer just a wait just fi fly down. Only by you talent just fi die young. Juvenile a save up fi bygone. You know say I never deny no. My life, my only life, my life. Defend it with all mine.
Large up DJ Lance.
I know that I have all right. My life, my only life, my life. Defend it with all my might. I know that I have all right. Hey. Fighting down your brother is all you know. Where are you heading? Where will you go? Then you say you are
Chesnick, ladies and gentlemen.
victim of injustice. But hatred and jealousy is all that you show. How can you know what I've endured? You never walk my way, I'm sure. Learn from experience, still there's more. Only Jah can make secure. How can you trust when you hurt before? How can you love when you tricked before? When you walk right to the door, only Jah knows. My life, my only life, my life.
Big old massive crew listening in from St. James.
My mind,
St. Martin is in the building.
know that I have all right. My life, my only life, my life.
I am.
I know that I have all
Blessings, DJ Lance. We go, you know what? But come over to something else. This one is called Stand Still. One of my favorite joints off of this album.
Just say so.
Yes, man.
I just so. If I saw no so.
Marie. Sylvia. How you doing?
The one where you be kulu naga give it out. Not it up, but you still have to go dig it out. Mama go
Put on shelf.
and live it out. People in a Camille, them a piece it out. Stand still. Ooh, nothing not turn. How you get your hands still? Ooh.
UK Massive in the building right now. Say it's cold over there.
Place in a stand still.
Trust me, I ain't home right now. I'm in the cold too.
Not turn.
It's brutal.
Get your hands still. Ooh. Turn to the hills for them can't take it vibe, yeah. Can't take it suffering from the street side, yeah. So enough seed, but it hard to survive, yeah. Can't find money if you buy fertilizer. Skillful,
Large up the Dashman.
like MacGyver. Long fingernail and figure turn screwdriver. Hungry make you swallow your pride with saliva. In a them your hard time, yeah. When I just stand still, ooh. Nothing not turn. How you get your hands still? Ooh.
Cheers to that, ladies and gentlemen.
Stand still.
Give away a couple of copies of that album. Final and CD.
Oh, you get your hands still. Ooh.
My favorite roots reggae album for 2020.
Some of them hide them not pass ya no more. For the way them is to hide them can't flash so no more. The big man run away.
What up, Marjorie?
Work for them no comfortable them.
Large up Atlanta, Georgia.
Too much hungry dog on the street they approve. Anything when them find scrap metal or pool.
Blessings, blessings.
How much policeman patrol construction site them gone with the payroll. Politician of the people under control. But
Canada's getting some snow.
them still unsure. No matter how them
What up, Ann?
ignore a just force operation. Don't pan the poor. This a stand still. Ooh, nothing not turn, nothing not turn. Oh, you get your hands still. Ooh, the whole place in a standstill. Ooh, nothing not turn, nothing not turn. Oh, you get your hands still. Ooh. In times like these, when things get tougher, who don't have no link for the food I go suffer. Man, me a pick up the truth, me no scare, me no stutter. Some keep silent cause them bread done butter. From the head of the street straight down to the gutter. No cash flow, them pull down the shutter. Man, you just can't give up, you have to be a road cutter. Rata cut buckle cause you can't find supper. This a standstill. Ooh, nothing not turn, nothing not turn. Oh, you get your hands still.
Ajax, Canada, getting the cold too. Not sure. This cold ain't no joke.
Still, ooh, nothing not turn, nothing not turn. How you get your hands still? Ooh. Turn to the hills for them can't take it vibe, yeah. Can't take it suffering from the street side, yeah. So enough seed, but it hard to survive, yeah. Can't find money if you buy first.
What go on, Julian?
Full man of
Matter of fact, I should send you a link and make you join me because I'm gonna tell you something.
hungry make
This is you. This is your fault. This is your doing.
them a hard time.
I'm just saying.
Still.
I love you. Trust me.
Nothing not turn, nothing not turn. How you get your hands still? Ooh.
Boy, Monique, you want to see?
Whole place in a standstill. Ooh.
See what had happened was.
Nothing not turn, nothing not turn. How you get your hands still?
See what had happened was.
Ooh. The whole place in a standstill. Ooh. Nothing not turn, nothing not turn. How you get your hands still? Ooh.
I'll tell you what. Let's get a show on the road. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do
This
it.
is Wayne Warner saying J. Cole, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom.
I me say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G Cole, what you say, eh? We make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it. Ease out.
And we say them not got no style like we. G Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate. Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kali. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome, one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive Recruit live right now. All right, on the radio via Royal Sign Highness Radio to all the massive listening in Europe, UK, Amsterdam, all over the world. Appreciate y'all big time. All right, when I say big time, I mean major. Also coming through live and direct on screen via Jamaicans.com. I want to make sure that y'all go out and support the website, man. Support the Facebook page. You know what I mean? It's the best, I'm gonna use the word the best connection with the diaspora you can find. All right, everybody meets up here and we exchange nothing but love, blessings, and good vibes. All right, so like a disclaimer, so not true, but anyways, you don't know the thing set up already. This is where it's at. All right, and again, remember, Homegrown with G Cole is available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, we're there. All right, we listen to some great music. We talk to some great people. Let me go right into it and just start everybody. Marshall Wagwan, my fam. Kiki, how are you? Omila, Judith, Falloon Reed, how are you? We gotta talk. And then up there in Canada, Marjorie in Atlanta, Becca, Pearly May, everybody. I appreciate y'all so much, man. It means a lot to see you all here. Each and every evening just hanging out with us. What up, Julianne? How are you? Clementine, what's up? Couldn't do this without you. Couldn't do this without you. I said couldn't do it without you. The vibe, the energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Julianne, Mish, everybody. Appreciate y'all big time. Listen, gotta drop the shout outs, the love, the blessings, the large ups to my my frontline folks. I mean, my essential workers want to call them. My nurses, my doctors, paramedics, first responders, firefighters, mental health professionals, all healthcare professionals, of course. Gotta big them up. Gotta. All right. Good law enforcement professionals. I keep saying I'm gonna have a conversation with some law enforcement people, but want to make sure it's the right people. Don't want to jeopardize nobody. Don't worry, we're not gonna put you in any compromising places, but also it's not a political platform, so you're not gonna just be able to come on and say what you want to say. All right, we gonna talk, but I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. So we still, you know, we've declined a one or two, you know, ones that came out and said, can we talk about this? No, ain't happening. All right. So here's the deal. A day or two or three ago, and I always get myself in trouble, some topics come up from time to time, right? And, you know, got a large up, of course, Don over there on the Caribbean Edge. You know, we're talking about some stuff that sometimes need to be spoken about. You know, we had some professionals come on, or some so-called professionals come on, giving their professional opinion. I'm always a little skeptical about the expert in certain fields. You know what I'm saying? What makes you an expert? I can see when you're an attorney, you went to law school for that. You know what I mean? Prove some stuff, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Doctors, you went to med school for that. A construction people, you went to school for that. You did what you do. And I see your professionalism, I see what you do, but sometimes, you know, every little thing pop up, then there's an expert for it. You know what I mean? My eyebrows hurt. Hey, I'm an expert in eyebrowology. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of that going on out there. But here's the thing. So the topic came up, and it kind of moved fluidly from one thing to another. But one thing that came up was, is there one person for each person? Is the whole concept of there's one person for each person. Is it a reality? Is it a fib? Is it played out? Is it old school? Is it old fashioned? Is it Judith Falloon Reed just jumping a while ago? I'm probably soon gone. So here's the deal. Judith commented that no, it wasn't, right? But I do feel like she dropped the double entendre on us, right? She was really speaking about it from the vantage point of a lifelong thing. If you meet somebody today, you know, that relationship may come to an end for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that you get hung up in life and that's the only person you ever love or whatever the case may be. You move on to love others. You know, somebody dies, so the relationship ends. That's where she ended up coming at it from. But Judith, I thought you were referring to while a relationship is going on. You know what I mean? While two people are in a relationship, is it really normal? Because other people have asked the question before. I've heard it come up. Is it really normal? Is monogamy normal? Right? Is monogamy a normal thing for, especially for men? They always throw it from the vantage point of men. Is monogamy normal? Some people say yes. Some people say no. I've got my opinion. Everybody's got theirs. You know what I mean? But then you clarified that that's kind of not what you were saying. You know, you were saying that, you know, from a lifelong standpoint, you know, you don't get hung up on one person if the relationship ends and so forth. And that's what you clarified and said. But Judith, I tell you, say, it hit me with that whole double entendre thing. I still feel sad. You tricked me, you know. I still feel sad. You tricked me. And something else you didn't mean. Something else you talk. I joke, man. Well, go on, Mason Emperor. Got a large up, everybody. Man, Wanda, what's going on? What go on? Weston, what's up, man? Again, thank you all so much to everybody that always comes through and shows love, right? We're going to drop some tunes, some reverent tunes, too, because when you're talking about topics like these, you have to go reverent with it, because trust me, we need to get Jesus in the middle of this one right here, because sometimes, boy, the thing gets sticky. When I say sticky, I mean molasses sticky. But we're going to talk about it, and sometimes we open up phone lines. Today we might even open up the video lines. That's how real it can get. So fellas, put on pants, man. Put on pants if you want to be a part of the program. And we might even just send you a video link and you can come on. Make sure your Wi-Fi is great. Ladies, you know what I mean? You always fly anyway, so you don't have to do too much to get fly. You're always, all the ladies that come up and down this feed, always so lovely, always so beautiful, always a blast. So here's the deal. We're going to drop some reverent tunes, because these kind of things that we're talking about, we need John at the thing. You know what I mean? We need the Almighty, because it gets sticky Woman says sticky, I mean sticky. It's Jay Will and the Raps and Kush Band, ladies and gentlemen, with a song called Jah Is Real. Come see courtesy of the album Love Your Life. Love this album, love this tune, love this artist. Listen, Wagwan, large on the Massive Crew in Japan. St. Thomas is here. Nassau, Bahamas in the building. Rep, where you from? We're going to shout it out, all right? We got some birthday alums we're going to get in a minute also. Birthday, anniversary, anybody celebrating anything, tomorrow ain't promised. And guess what? We celebrating with you.
My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah, he everywhere. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah, he everywhere. Say from the righteous path, I really try not to drift. Try not to be misled by illusions and myths from the Babylon dirty system we have to drift. Try to captivate my mind with tricks and gimmicks. Them try to say Jah dead and we know nothing no go so. Them heaven in the sky and we know. Them a tell pure lie. Yes, that's how we go. The innocent are die and the same so we go. So why in this beautiful earth they fight a war? Is it your position that they are fighting for? Or is it that they want with me a buckle on the shelf? A raps and Kusha play the song, you know, and nothing else. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always here. Oh, Jah, he everywhere. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh,
hey, Katie, how's it going?
everywhere.
So good to see you.
By the laws of nature, not the laws of man. And in this world, I try not to be judgmental. But
Wagwan Wanda,
love it is fun.
we're taking it back.
The reign of Jah, yes, it is perfect. So while there is no place for the trust in your society, your empires were built on the blood of slavery. Got them trust who them that is another story.
McDonough, Georgia in the house.
Now words with
Large upon the Massive Crew in McDonough. What up, Francine?
to me that really means good health. Like the wax in front of fire, so the wicked now come out. So on your knees, Babylon, I say, bow down and repent and now. Oh, Jah, he's omnipotent. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah, he's everywhere.
No, so we have to, hold on, we got to come back to our tune. Ladies and gentlemen, Judith post something right here. Yes, let's get into it. Judith Fulton Reed, love you first of all. And then we don't pull that joint from the top, but I had to stop for a second so we could get into this one, all right? Judith Fulton Reed, love you. She says, men can get several women pregnant on the same day, but women get pregnant and that's that. Biology suggests that for propagation of the human race, it was designed that men could procreate endlessly and shouldn't have to wait 9 months to procreate again. That said, both parties should be in agreement. If polygamous, then it must be by agreement. So I answered what you wanted to hear. I saw it go. All right, so here's the dilly. Let's dissect that for a moment. Men can get several women pregnant on the same day. I'm not saying no. It is rather unwise. All right. Back in the caveman days when all you needed was a cave and a club. Yeah. All right. Now here's the deal. Getting folks pregnant and being a part of those lives and creating a family rather than just fertilizing and multiplying and just populating the earth. I don't ever think, this is just me, my opinion, the views expressed by G. Cole does not represent that of anybody at Jamaica's.com or else Zion Radio. It don't even represent those people at Homegrown with G. Cole. I'm going rogue. All right. So I don't ever think that it was intended for people to just be multiplying, just a replicate. All right. But that's just me. That's just me. But women get pregnant, and that's that. That's what makes you special. All right. If women were as, and I hate putting it this way, as disposable as this, because that's what it sounds like, as men are, we'd be in serious problems, right? Biology suggests that for propagation of the human race, it was designed that men could procreate endlessly. True, not on the same day and just going around rampantly getting everybody pregnant, but from the standpoint of regardless of what the age is, you know what I mean? I got folks right about now, I know folks right now that are 70 years old dropping young ones out in the streets, all right? But that's also because, you know, what it takes to get somebody pregnant health-wise and on your body and all them things is nothing compared to what the task and the toll it takes on your body health-wise for the woman to give birth to that baby. So while 70-year-old Joe G could get somebody pregnant, 60-year-old Mrs. G is going to die giving birth to that baby. So we don't want that. And the Almighty didn't want that. So I presume that's why those aren't the rules, right? What I do 100% agree with is this. The concept of monogamy or polygamy is a concept. It's an idea that some people subscribe to. Most of the folks that I hear talk about it a lot now that I know personally, and I'm only speaking on my personal relationships and the folks that I know, the people I hear who subscribe to that theory are more so people who are trying to exit a theory that they used to subscribe to. And most times the people who are here have those vantage points and viewpoints are those people that there's a little bit of hurt there also, not for everybody, but it's coming from folks that have explored the option and failed at it once, twice, thrice, 4 times, whatever the case may be. And it's kind of like, yeah, you know what, is what it is. All right. Especially from the ladies' vantage point. And again, I'm talking about that from people who I know. Now, the fellas that I know that view that the same way too are those people who a lot of times want their cake and eat it. Now, my experience with the fellas who share that sentiment is that they're not necessarily trying to be in a polygamous relationship. They're trying to have multiple partners. And that's the thing with polygamy a lot of times. And just, let's just stop. When we say polygamy, we give it that royal name. That let's say, should I? You know what? We'll revisit. Let's not call it that. All right. But polygamy, monogamy, all them things. It's one of those things where the fellas that I hear talk about it, they really just want to be, and I'm gonna drop the word. I said that it wouldn't, but let's just drop it. Just want to be promiscuous. So it's a standpoint of, let me justify my needs, my wants, my desire. And it's not even a need, because a lot of times it's just want and greed to have multiple partners. But their view and their sentiment doesn't always remain the same. You know when it changes? In my experience, on 2 occasions. One, when the woman decides she wants to be polygamous too. So when a man look at a woman and say, yo, you know, say it's not natural, it's not normal. Female man, you know, when he has his woman at home and he's trying to convince her, it's not really normal for the monogamy and just one person be with one person. When a man tries to sell that story to the woman, then you know, he's in it and he's on it and he's convicted. And then when one day when she does buy in, she say, you know something, Trevor, you know something? You're right. Do you with your multiple partners, and I'm gonna do me with my multiple partners. Then it's like, whoa, pull up. I didn't mean that you are gonna have multiple partners too, and I meant that I was. That's the selfishness a lot of times when it comes, and I'm talking about just the conversations I've had and the things that I have seen. All right, so that's what I oftentimes see, and then I also see the biggest part of it coming into play when feelings get caught. You know what I mean? 2 people get involved, and then they kick in it, and I don't see the need to make it just a union between 2 until somebody catches feelings. That's my experience and what I have seen. All right. So I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that I see here. Mara Mason said, hands up, fists up. Judith, me personally, I've chosen monogamy. See that you know, Judith, you know something? You that student in class that be disrupting the class, right? And nobody can get to study, and then you go home at night and study and come back and get an A. That's you. You see what I say right about now? Me personally, I have chosen monogamy, but that is a choice, and my husband and I have agreed on that. People should have these discussions and agree on what works for them. That is 100% true, and that is the thing that I appreciate and I can respect, because a lot of people slide this part under the rug. Personally, like I said, monogamy or polygamy or whatever you want to call it, different strokes for different folks. It is fine. But 9 times out of 10, it is not open forum and an open dialogue between the two people in the relationship. It's one person. And again, I'm just going from the people I know that have tried to venture down the road. It's normally one person that's making that decision in the hopes of being accommodated by their significant other, hoping that their significant other is going to accommodate that decision, that desire to explore multiple partners, right? And again, like I said, when you have a polygamous approach, then there's something that you worry about a little bit less, like getting caught cheating, because hey, remember, it's not just you and I. So some people want to justify that. But at the end of the day, also, like I said, it kind of flips, especially on men, when the woman decides that I got somebody on these streets too, you know? And a little later, I might get down into some more as to why the reasons why it couldn't work for somebody like me, but not knocking it for those people who want to do it. All right. Judith say, me done talking. I mean, before they read me at the church, we block the pastor, man. The pastor not saying nothing. Pastor not saying nothing. The motherfucker, pastor live polygamous long time. But don't tell him I said that. Rev. Adrian, monogamy is rooted in loyalty. So the real question is, can you truly be loyal to one? I love that. I love that. And you know what? I love that because it's also coming from one of the brothers. You know what I mean? Men of puff up them chest a lot of time and going like, say, boy, it's all gravy. You know what I mean? We don't need that loyalty thing. We just play as going through and doing what we do. And the truth is, it is not that way. All right. So monogamy is rooted in loyalty. So the real question is, can you truly be loyal to one? And if not, how can you truly serve God without being distracted by idols, food for thought? I like it. Marlon agrees with Judith, right? And Judith said, that's why I said biology. Don't get me wrong, you know. It's not that I can't see where some of it is coming from when you talk about the biological aspect of it, but most decisions, long-term decisions, most decisions that affect us, we make them based on emotions, right? We talk about biology. That's the practicality of things. And we always talk about the rationality versus the reality of things. That's the practicality of things. That's the rationality of things. But is it the reality of things? How many people who says in John public are behind closed doors that polygamy is okay with them? How many people can maintain that, hang on to that, hold on to that when their heart gets involved? I think it's easier to come to that disposition when you're in a relationship that, you know, you're comfortable in this relationship. You've been here for a while. You don't really want to leave. You know what I mean? You don't have to split up assets and house and home or whatever the case may be. But right about now, I'm unfulfilled, and it's highly likely the other person is too. You know, we don't want the divorce thing messy. The kids don't even have to know, whatever the case may be. You can do you, I can do me. And, you know, we look over our shoulder and say, boy, you're catching me with somebody else. I'm cheating. Because realistically, what you're doing is legitimizing the cheating. You know, it's no longer cheating. It's just us doing what we do. All right. But had they brought that to you in the beginning of the relationship when it was young, fresh, and green, and passion was high, and you were solely into them and they were solely into you, would have been a hell no. You know, but again, different strokes for different folks. Rosie, what's up, Rosie? How you doing? So great to see you as always. Wagwan Polly, blessings, blessings, blessings. All right. Sylvia says Jehovah only gave Adam one woman. Give Adam a hell of a woman too. You saw what happened, right? Boy, that not sell the case. And Sylvia, I'm not telling no like Eve is never a good one to bring up. You know what I mean? She caused all of this. Word on the street is Adam had a decision to make. Crucial decision to make. Do I disobey the Almighty? Right? Get casted out of this garden? Damn the world for eternity? Which is a serious, serious thing. Tough to, oh gosh, for years to come, the world's going to suffer because I'm disobeying the Almighty. Just stay away from that fruit. Stay away from that tree. The contrary, the next option was, don't eat this apple that my wife is giving me. She nagged the hell out of me for eternity because remember, they were planning on living forever, right? So he's not going to eat this apple and he going to have to hear even his hearing. Yeah. My man had a crucial decision to make. I think he chose wrong, but I think he chose wisely. All right. So we can't use Eve. You know what I mean? Clementine, what you say? Stop while we're ahead. I'm just saying. You see, the thing is, the reason why I decided to have the conversation tonight is because a lot of times when I'm on a panel or a program, I'm a part of a program. So, you know, I don't want to upset the apple cart, which is some of it, as well as we just drop some stuff in and drop some stuff out. It's a bunch of people on the panel. You can only say so much and whatnot. Marlon says, you're right, G. Big difference between polygamy and having multiple partners. There is a big difference. Absolutely a big difference. The difference, the one thing that remains true in both of them is that it's all between human beings. All right. And, sometimes wild animals do things and we say, why are we surprised they're wild animals? Right. So you need a polygamous relationship or just your promiscuous relationship. And then you go human on them for a minute. Heart gets involved. Can't manage it. Right? So Joe and Keisha in our relationship, they've decided, yo, I do my thing, y'all do your thing, right? Joe comes home on a Friday evening, ready to chill with Keish. You know what I mean? Have a good time with Keish, whatever. You don't know. Nothing else now going on. But he comes home and Keisha's getting dressed, smelling all good, looking all good, flyer than she's looking a hot minute. Yo, Keish, what's going on? Oh, I'm heading out. Oh, snap, you look good. Where you going? Just out. What? All right, hold up. Give me a minute. I'm coming with you. Let me go get dressed. No. You can't come. What you mean I can't come? You can't come, Joe. Now, Joe don't have no plans in. Don't have nothing nice, nothing on the burner, nothing waiting. Joe starts tripping. Whether he does it to her, with her, in front of her, whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden, dynamics start change. Now, here's the other thing about it. That's crazy. So you got man and woman in relationship, right? Polygamous, you want to call it. Promiscuous, some people might. Man has another woman who, it's cool, you know what I mean? Because they agreed upon certain things. So he has another woman. Wifey's aware of it. She deals with it because it is what it is, right? She can do her thing. He can do her thing. But guess what now? She hasn't found one person that she really dig and want to have as the second person on the side. She has found 5. You know what I mean? 5. Keith, Trevor, Stephen, Kevin, and Junior. And you mess with a dude then Junior. You know how it goes, right? So, and Junior. But my man over here only has his one. Things get hairy. Things get sticky, right? But it is what it is. What up, Denise? Well, go on. Got a large up the massive crew in Jersey. Got a large up my New Jersey massive all the time. New York's here too. Connecticut's in the building. The whole tri-state area. Got to big up. Marlon said, yeah, some people don't know that they're in a multiple partner relationship. You see, the thing is, that's the thing, Marlon. The people who don't know that they're in a multiple partner relationship, they're getting cheated upon. Some people, I heard a professional refer to them as breaker and breakee. Like I said over and over, a bunna and bunny, that for me, a leffer and leffy. All right. So we're talking about the bunna and the bunny right about now. Some people don't know that they're in a multiple partner relationship. But here's the deal. When they get caught in the multiple person relationship, if the person that catches them decides, okay, it's cool, do you, I'm going to do me, are you going to stick around in that multiple person relationship? Because remember, you weren't living polygamous. You weren't living, you were just being promiscuous and you were hiding, you were doing stuff behind the back, right? So something to Judith's point earlier on, she mentioned that this whole polygamy thing is something that it has to be agreed upon mutually. The unfortunate thing is normally, binary, one person, singular movements, one person want to live it, right? And keep it a secret, all right? And it's only put on the table as polygamy when they got caught. So my thing pretty much is the question always comes up is it normal
right? I find that many things, not just polygamy, not just monogamy, anything at all, it's one thing for folks to want to live a life, but you do always realize that when somebody starts subscribing to a new theory, the first movement after that is to try to normalize it now, so everybody else need to get on board, right? Same thing with religious folks. Once somebody finds religion or whatever the case may be, all of a sudden it's time to get everybody on board now. So can't just keep it to myself. Gotta spread it. All right, because I gotta normalize it, normalize my actions. Paulie said no. My gun, if see my wife with anyone. Boy, Paulie have a violent streak, and enough time here talk about gun. If you go drink some soup, my brother, and chill out. It may be too cold where you at. Mace the Emperor. Judy, what's going on? How are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Kiki said, my man could never come to me with that crap. I'd rather be by myself. Yuck. Yeah, a lot of time the man do it and does not come to you with it. And vice versa. Because a lot of times people always make it seem like it's certain indiscretions are a man thing. You know what's funny? When it comes to the whole polygamy thing, over the last couple of years or whatever the case may be, you know, I've heard more women in favor of it than our men, which shows us and further concretes a theory that men only act like they tough and act like they players and act like they can handle certain things, but they really can't. The women are way better at it. Way better at it. All right. Again, let me see what is now. I'm going to reggae that. Paulie, your sample. All right, Paulie. All I'm going to say is your sample. Let's see what we got coming in here. Clementine said, pure foolishness. What you mean, Clementine? What you're saying is pure foolishness. You have to explain yourself. You have to explain yourself. All right. Clementine says pure foolishness. She says, it's all about me, if not Clementine. You're so selfish, Clementine. You're so man, your friend, but you're selfish. It's all about you, if not kick rocks. You tell him to say another 2021. After you say all of these things on a nightly basis, you're telling me say you can't share the good up man with somebody else. If somebody say the man and say, yo, like the man, you can't tell the man say, all right, let's go do a thing and come back. Just do it properly. And Clementine, good up, man. You can't share him with Keisha and Susie and Merlin. You can't do that. Is that you're telling me, Clementine? Sound like a selfish. That's just me. That's just me. Judy, let me know. And if anybody has an opinion they want to do, let me know. I'll open up the phone lines for you. But not only will I open up the phone lines, if you want to come in virtually, if you want to come in on the video, I got you too. Just hearing this right now hasn't been validated or verified by anybody here. But I see somebody post Cicely Tyson, rest in peace. If that is so, rest in peace. Dope actress would be a big loss to the culture. All right, rest in peace if that is so. We'll research that and get back to you and let you know. Sylvia, man, tell us the things I'm sticky around here. You know, very sticky. Pearly May says, I'm just listening. Amen. When somebody drop the amen, you know, says you're on there, rebuke me. You know, hallelujah, rebuke G Cole in the name of Yeshua. He's talking this nonsense on the radio. I'm just saying. It's everybody have their opinion and their vantage point. I don't want to do a panel on something like this where there's a bunch of people giving their opinions, but anybody who really have a solid concrete opinion, we can go at it. And again, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not telling you that your opinions and your view and your taste for polygamy is incorrect, right? But like Judith says, she believes in it, but she and her husband have agreed to monogamy. Judy, does that mean that on any day, or not any day, but it's on the table that if you guys could agree to the polygamy too? Because if you're cool with it, if you're both, I shouldn't say, let me not speak on behalf of him, because he didn't say it was you. So you're saying pretty much that the monogamy that you're participating in and the monogamous lifestyle that you're living is a mutual agreement between you both, but it doesn't mean that you don't believe in polygamy. So are you saying that, you know, thoughts can change and you can venture down that road if you so desire later on because you don't see anything wrong with it? Judy, the thing I go and stick you around here. I guess we're getting more talks on this. Judy said, really, 5, you're gone too far. There's no limit on the thing, Judith.
If you're a bad man, you're a bad man. You don't limit up how much people you're bad up, right? If you're a thief, you're a thief. You don't limit how much people you can rob. Not true, right? If you're an artist, you're an artist. You don't limit how much songs you're gonna write. If you're a poet, you're a poet, and you know it, and you do not limit how much poems you're gonna write. So how you gonna say polygamous and you want to put cap on the thing? It don't work that way there. You can't cap the thing. This ain't FEMA. You know what I mean? This ain't no stimulus check. This is polygamy. All right. The whole neighborhood is fair game if you open to polygamy. All right. Keisha and our whole squad of cheerleaders is open fair game. All right. You're looking at Beyonce. Nah, give me Destiny's Child. All of them. Even the ones that got kicked out the group. That's polygamy. All right. All of them. And Mama Knowles looking fine too. I'm just saying. So if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. I got to big up everybody watching in on YouTube also. All right. Judith said, "Me, I gotta eat my dinner. I'm leaving the fire to burn." Bless your heart. Yo, Judith, I love you. One of these days, again, is me and you. You know, we're going to go. And of course, we got to talk poetry too. Judith Falloon Reed, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best. Make sure you check her out. All right. Make sure you check her out. All right. Always insightful, sweet lady. Always just supportive. Make sure say you check her out. Subscribe to whatever she's got going on. Dope. All right. All right. Denise, big up every time. Great topic. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Mason, large up. Marlon Burrell says, yes, my experience also more women into it than men. Of course. I love the ladies, and the ladies are always going to be at a pedestal in my heart for me. Just what it is, right? I adore the ladies. I respect the ladies. I put the ladies in a position that I'll never put the men, right? My daughter is in somewhere. I don't have a son, but my daughter's in a place. I'm a son. I love them both, but this won't be the same. My mother and my father. Moms are in a place that fathers will never be. I'm not naive to the situation. I am a father, right? So men, you know, again, polygamy having a cap on it. Let's just start that. Let's just state that. But you have your woman and you feel a certain way, a certain sentiment about your woman. Is it not something must wrong with you if you find it normal for her to walk through the door, head to the shower because she's coming to bed, but she's got to wash off somebody else off her? Talk to me about that. It sounds a little, I'm getting a little explicit with it right about now. But she have to go wash off at the former relationship where she come from. And guess what? She not even a hidey that the man drop her off because on a polygamous, you know. Is the man drop her off, or him drop her at home, walked her to the door because of the polygamous like that. And then she come in and she said, "What go on, Marlon? Babe, what go on, babe?" Because it's uptown thing, you know, "What go on, babe?" And she goes to the shower. So I can take a shower and come back and take a shower. She never, you know what I mean? Come out fresh and clean and sit down. And I said, "How was your day?" The woman was supposedly have some of your heart, right? Ain't that something? Fellas, let that sink in. Ladies, let that sink in too. You're home. Your man come home after and go drop off whomever she gotta drop him off, you know what I mean? And him walk in and him say, "Well, go on, babe. Everything good?" Yeah, everything crazy. I ain't see him close the door and him say, "All right, bye. Wave bye to such and such and thing." Or I'm sending a message, "I'm home." And see the thing, boom. And him say, "All right, make a whole of fresh. I could be right back. Got a whole of fresh, a nice little fresh because you don't know. Wash off the thing, can't violate. Boom, come back out. Polygamy, that and it's allowed. When people think about the polygamy thing, they're thinking of, a lot of time, especially for people who have a wayward imagination. When you hear the word polygamy, you're thinking menage a trois and all five of them in there at the same time. No. It's him having his relationships over there and she having her relationships over there. One, that sounds unclean like a mug, don't it? That sounds unclean like a mug. Not you. How different is, if polygamy is okay, all right? If polygamy is okay, and again, this is just my opinion. Remember, the views expressed by G Code might be totally out of whack, but they mind. If polygamy is okay, remember, no caps on it, right? They're doing what they do. Polygamy means multiple. It don't mean 3. It don't mean 4. It don't mean 5. It means whatever your heart desires. Feed your need, right? So, again, my experience with most of the people who are embracing of polygamy also, like I said, it's 9 times out of 10, it's normally folks that have ventured through a couple of relationships. You know, and here's my experience too. It's normally the older, more mature ladies, right? Probably not going to have to deal with, you know, kids and all the thing there. But here's the question though. So what if you are of the age to get pregnant and you have somebody in your life. Fellas, if one of you subscribe to the theory, let me know. And one of the ladies who subscribe to the theory, let me know. If you have a relationship with somebody, but it's a polygamous relationship, so you live at home with this person, but you have other people out the road. What if one of them gets you pregnant? Are you supposed to just come home and say, hey, Chuck, I'm pregnant. I don't know who it could be. But I don't know. If it's a boy, I name him Chuck, Kevin, Stephen, Trevor, Kenneth, McKinnon. Because I don't know which one I don't know. And I love y'all to death. Right? Is that cool? Right? No, I got to be at home dealing with the swollen ankles and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Lamar's classes and all them stuff. Baby might not be mine. So my thing is the complexity of these things. The complexity of these things. That's when someone says it is not normal to be monogamous. It almost sounds that it's less normal to be polygamous because that comes with too much work. No pun intended. You know what I mean? Kiki said, my constitution not strong enough for them things. Bang, bang, bang. Judith, no, it's not on the table for us. I'm just saying that if others choose polygamy, that's fine for them. Why, Judith, you know, some matter that truth, you know. Feel say I rethink the thing, you know. I'm not no line between me and you, you know. Feel say I rethink the thing, you know. All right, because I never said the sound earlier, you know. Feel say I rethink the thing, Judith. Feel say I rethink the thing. And nothing wrong with that. I'm not telling nobody. Them people are not often. No. You know what I mean? Say I rethink the thing. Right? But at the end of the day, trust me, I'm tell you, so we have to get back into the Jah is real because we need Jah in these times. We need him. Tell you something, I appreciate y'all big time, and I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the reasoning and the vibes, the energy, the love. Large of the massive crew, all my Jamaicans.com family. Wagwan Xavier, Denise, Gary, Jersey Massive, Black Eye, New York. Yeah, man.
Real to me.
Julianne.
My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there.
Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson, if that's the case.
He everywhere.
Thank you all so much for the years of great artistry.
Is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah. He everywhere. Sit from the righteous path.
Rosie,
try not to drift.
Always good to have you.
Be misled by.
Thank you so much as always.
From the Babylon, dirty system we have to drift. Try to captivate my mind with tricks and gimmicks. Them try to say Jah dead and we know nothing no go so. Them heaven in the sky and we know. Them a tell pure lie. Yes, that's how we go. The innocent are die and I see them, so we go. So by this beautiful earth they fight a war. Is it your position that they are fighting for? Or is it that they want with me a buckle on the shelf? A raps and Kusha play the song, you know, and nothing else. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah is everywhere. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe. He's always there. Oh, Jah is everywhere. It's like the laws of nature, not the laws of man. And in this world I try not to be judgmental, unconditional. Love it is fundamental, the reign of Jah. Yes, it is perpetual. There is no place for the trust in your society. Your empires were built on the blood of slavery. Let them trust who them that is another story. Try to mix up the words with them money. True words to me that really means good health. Like the wax in front of the fire, so the wicked have come out. So on your knees, Babylon, I say bow down and repent and now. Oh, Jah, he's omnipotent. My Jah is real, and I can feel him in this air I breathe.
It's always there. Oh, Jah, it's everywhere.
It is Jay Willis, the Raps and Kush Band, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this one is called Jah Is Real. I love it. The album itself is called Love Your Life. If you ain't got it, go get it, add it to your collection. All right, trust me. Not but excellent music around here. Got a lot of all the musicians, all the producers, all the artists doing great work. All right, Grammys are on the corners. We're gonna be talking about that real soon with a couple of Grammy voters. We do that every year as we talk about the culture, the music, everything. But right now, we're talking about some strangeness that's coming up.
By the laws of nature, not the laws of man. And in this world, I try not to be judgmental, unconditional. Love it is fundamental, the reign of Jah. Yes, it is perfect. So while there is no place for the just in your society, your empires were built on the blood of slavery. But them trust who them, that is another story. Try to mix up the words with them funny money. True words to me, that really means good health. Like the wax in front the fire, so the wicked are come so on your knees. Babylon, I say, bow down and repent. And now Jah is omnipotent.
Big tune, ladies and gentlemen. It's big tune again. All right, my Jah is real. It's a big one. A big one. I have to keep this one up for a minute because I really like it. Not on the table for me, Judith says. But again, I allow adults to choose the life that works for them as long as it isn't negatively impacting others. Yeah, I feel you. I don't focus on it from that vantage point because if adults are doing it, it wouldn't come in my space, right? They would. It's not like I'm calling me up, yo, may I brethren? No, we're not involved, my brethren, but you don't know me. I consider polygamy. Do your thing, all right? However, the part of this saying that really grabs me, and I dig it, is polygamy is different from promiscuity. All right. And then Marlon echoes your sentiment. Polygamy is different from an open relationship. Well, two different things, but along the same road. So here's the deal. Sedan, coupes, SUVs, minivans, all different, but they're all vehicles, right? Need insurance, need gas. Less is a Tesla. You know what I mean? Takes you from point A to point B, right? So while in theory and by the dictionary definition, polygamy is different from promiscuity, right? And polygamy is different from an open relationship. I love I love a legitimate explanation as to how they really deeply differ. All right. In fact, just so I don't play myself, right? I'm gonna go over the dictionary meanings first, and then, because remember, it's reality versus rationality, not true. What we must realize is this: anything in life that one wants to validate, they can find theory and literature to prove it, right? So that's what the thing is. So we're going to get into polygamy, right? The dictionary defines polygamy as the practice or condition of having more than one spouse, especially wife at one time. I like how the dictionary dropped that part in there because, like I've said over and over, this is normally a theory propagated more by men because of want, right? Men because of want. Most people who practice polygamy, it's a man with multiple wives, right? When the woman say a multiple man are in the thing, then brains gone left and man lose their mind and can't handle it. And next thing you know, it cut off. Fire for them thing. You understand me? The practice of our condition of having more than one spouse, especially wife at one time. That's what polygamy is defined as. All right. So we're going to go into the promiscuity part of the thing right now. All right. And see the thing. The state of being promiscuous sexual behavior, and indiscriminate mixture. All right, not the answer I'm looking for, but yes. Let's see if we can find something now. Promiscuous. Let's go promiscuous because I put in the wrong thing. Okay, all right. I know I'm not paying for the dictionary. Okay. Characterized by or involving indiscriminate mingling or association, especially having sexual relations with a number of partners on a casual basis, right? So, indiscriminate mingling or association, especially having sexual relations with a number of partners on a casual basis. Listen, I am no genius here. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I know this, but you want even sound like some boy. You want even sound like the polygamy worse than the promiscuity. It sound like it worse because you talk about multiple wives. You talk about a bag of bigamy go on and what may be legal entanglements and all them things, right? So yeah, them not too far off. Them not too far off. Rosie, so good to see you. Bill, want go on. If you put your hand in the fire, expect to get burned. I joke, mimic. Expect to get burnt is what Bill says, and Bill is absolutely right. Want go on, Suzette? Want go on? Talk to me, Suzette. What do you think about the polygamy thing? If your newfound love set, you say, yeah, Suzette, you know, I love you still, and you know, I'm thinking, turn up, yeah, go on. We around here, and I like it. But you know, I want to explore the possibilities, you know what I mean, with others. But you are gonna be my main source for the people who used to play football and play salad kick in Jamaica. I want salad everybody, but you are the base. You understand me? I say, are you good with that? All right. Marlon Burrell, true too. Judith, I endorse the thing too much and too strongly. Mr. Where you going with? Clementine, one of my faves, man. One of my faves. Sure does sound nasty. Not you, Sylvia. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gross you, but the reality of it is of such, right? What outside of the fact that you are aware, because again, 9 times out of 10, if you're living polygamously and you have your relationships and them have theirs, it's highly likely, unless you guys are intermingling everything, which from the sounds of things is not normally the case. It's not like all of y'all gonna be sitting on the couch. So you don't really know what's going on out there. You don't know how they're practicing when I'm practice and whatever is going on out there. How does that affect you guys coming together intimately inside your house? Right? When it's time for you two to get together. All right, ladies, let me show you a vibes now. Or ask a question. So you're in a relationship which is polygamous. You the man have, you know, the green light to have relations with other women, and the women have the green light to have relationships with other men, right? What happened when you guys try to get together and he's not really aroused by you? You know, might be that one day, you know what I mean? One day you feel the vibes for him and he's not really aroused by you. Or the opposite way, where men, especially this part of them lose their mind too. You decide today is the day for the two of you to get together, but for some reason you realize that what she ain't really getting turned on or aroused by you. Huh? Talk to me about the meds and all them things, because again, we rationalize the thing and say, boy, theoretically speaking, you know, the wiring from a man and the woman, you know, it comes on the left side of the brain and it travels down. It goes past the heart and right by the atrioventricular valve, and it goes down through the lungs and it comes through. Right? That's the rationalizing, the practical part of it, right? But emotions and heart and mind mangling is the part of it that's really, really in question here. Can that be handled? Clementine, hell no. You know, I like it when you get your jaw on. Hell no. Clementine, it's not just hell no, it's like hell no. Don't sound like something's gonna work for me. Rosie said, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Or who's the daddy? Who knows? Who knows? A 5 man. Why waste time on the paternity test and money and effort and all them things? A 5 man you allowed there and 6 and 7 and 8. Just give the baby the name of everybody. Not true. Everybody. It don't matter really. Everybody chip in on one time. Every birthday come a 5 gift. That's not what you talk about. 5 gift, 5 people contribute to college. What you talk about? A circus are going around here. And I want to you, Clementine. I want to you, Rosie. What you mean by who's the daddy? No matter. No matter. Judith. Just having fun with y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking out. Clementine, I'm not messy. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how this started, and many other things have started, right? There are certain things going on. And I'll make a comment. Like you have certain people who may not even call them name, but them love tag me in the things, you know, because them feel so they can draw me out. So when they tag me anything, I see it. And a lot of times when I comment, I am not even commenting on what the panelists are talking about or the hosts are talking about. It's always something hilarious what some of y'all that's in the comments say, and that's what I respond to, right? And then next thing we know, I end up on 2 shows. discussing similar topics, right? One of them was more so about, single, and that's that one we've gone over multiple times. So I won't even touch that one. The single ladies and what their wants and needs are and rah. You've heard me talk about that one a lot of times. But this one right here, haven't even, love you, Kian, John and Rosie. Love you. I love you all, man. I thank y'all so much for rocking out with me. But it does get a little hairy when the heart and the loins have two different viewpoints. You know what I'm saying? Julie says there are certain cultures that practice polygamy, but the rule is they have to be able to support the multiple wives, children financially. Well, you talk about polygamy from the standpoint of actually getting married, which the legitimizing thing. You're right. It's funny. I said to some, I heard a dude saying to me one time, say, "Yo, man, supposed to have one bag of wife. Oh, yeah, thought about. So the thing's supposed to go. King Solomon, them love draw King Solomon and I king this and king that." And I'm like, but them kings had a fortune, right? Them kings could afford all them kids. What your pocket looking like, player? What your pocket looking like? Judy says again, read it one more time. There are certain cultures that practice polygamy, but the rule is they have to be able to support multiple wives, multiple children, right? Financially. Let me ask you a question. And I do know of that to be the case. But when you talk about the polygamy thing, we already know we indeed with no kings and no queens around here. But let's just say, like I mentioned, most of the people who I hear talk about it have passed the age of childbearing, some of them, right? And aren't always looking to tie the knot. It's just a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing like the lifestyle without a commitment. Trust me, if you can get the lifestyle without a commitment, you butter, baby. Trust me, I'm telling you. Buy the car and I get it. You're mad. I can't get the milk. I know. You're mad. I want to get the thing set up. That's what we live for, right? So I hear you. I feel you. But majority of these people aren't talking about marriages, right? Because I see them people who deal with the polygamy and all them things, I'm cool with it. If they do decide to tie the knot, then they ain't trying to bring it into the marriage side of it. You know why? Because there's too much at stake right now, finances and whatever. Here's my viewpoint of it. And I mentioned this last night. In fact, let me get to Denise right here. Denise says, polygamy may not be a bad thing, but it's better if it's agreed on by both parties. Men are expected to have more polygamy, but the secret is women do it more and is more good at it. Just my 1 cent of $500 that because of gospel that Denise, gospel that I've said that before and I almost got persecuted for it to say, right now, if you really was to do some research, you probably would find that the concept that men part in extramarital relationships more than women inaccurate. It's high right now. The numbers would probably women do it more, and the men don't know. All right. One such indicator of that is all these people who, when they try to file for the children from Jamaica and all other places. I don't know if people love post these things that Jamaica is the number one place in the world. I don't know if it's true. I hide that of men having responsibility for children that are not their own. Loosely translated, get jacket if you're from Jamaica, you know what I'm talking about, right? But at the end of the day, the polygamy thing is we say it's not a bad thing for those people who can rock it, right? Now, we talk about this word culture. Some people where that is their culture, no different from the people who worship something else because that is their culture. No different from the people who eat something else because that is their culture. No different from the people who are abusive to them spouses just because that is their culture, right? That's their culture, passed on. Then you have a lot of other people like us who is not our culture. We're trying to break into that, right? We see something else. And a lot of time when folks try to embark on these journeys, it's not so much the journey that they are embarking on. That's the catch, is breaking away from something else, almost like rebellion. We talk about right now all the things that we practice from Christianity and other things that are really not necessarily ours. You know what I mean? It's culture that's been forced upon us and we've embraced it. So some people are rebel. And for some reason, they may look at the monogamy as a part of that thing too, because the monogamy really comes from the Christian faith, right? They say, boy, yeah, bigamy is wrong. So truth be told, those people who are from those cultures may be able to handle it well. And like the previous, like Julie said, can afford to maintain a couple of wives and whatever the case may be. But the homies around the street that's talking about polygamy ain't trying to do that. They ain't trying to marry 5 women. they're trying to have 5 girlfriends to sleep with, right? And again, even the dictionary said, when it came to the polygamy part of it, it's about the multiple wives. A buddy of mine, a friend of mine, travels like I do and was in the Middle East, right? And I even saw it here once or twice when I was in a mall with where, let's say, you know why a lot of the women cover their heads up and all them things when with the garbs and all them things. It's not just about the religious aspect of it, and it's more control, because the men don't want them, culturally speaking and customer speaking, making eye contact with other men. They don't want a man to look on them woman, right? If in certain cultures you want to go, if I'm talking to you, I'm gonna need to say hello to your wife. I need to tell you, and you're gonna tell her, right? And they live those kind of lives, but even them get a break, right? They can do all those things, but if the wife ever tried to do it, then it's murder. But she could hop on that jet and fly to Dubai, and she's free to do it over there. You know what I mean? Culture is a big thing when it comes to actions of people. But if it ain't your culture and it's something you're trying to get used to, you can't rope it in the same way and say it's I am Joseph E. Grind III, and I'd like to practice this polygamy. And but just for clarification, it is me having multiple partners, and you just having me. The modern day woman, Keisha, you mad? Keisha from Liberty Hood, Keisha, Boom Keisha, Tay and them ain't gonna fly. Ain't gonna fly. By the time you utter it and say I want to have multiple relationships, she gonna say go ahead and do it, because these kids ain't really yours anyway. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We have to be careful what we, Pandora's box. Pandora's box. What up, Leela? How you doing? Hey, Hope, how are you? How are you? Miss the Emperor, you don't know the thing set up already. All right, got a large bargain. Everybody listening from Amsterdam right now. Diane, how's it going? All right, always good to see you. Bill, what up, Mish? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Mish? I heard they're doing a polygamy thing in your neck of the woods. What you feel about it? How you feel about it? All right, but it's one thing. Here's the real deeper thing for me, and I don't know how many people may think of it the same way, but I do. So at home in my relation, and let me drop this little disclaimer. Polygamy and bun are two different things. All right, everybody can get bun. Nobody is immune to the trial and tribulations of Joe Grind. You understand me? Anything can, at that point in time, is you for decide where you want to deal with it or not. But when it comes to the relationship and at home and my significant other, it's way more than just a physical intimacy. There's a lot of stuff going on. Everything that I do, all my plans, all my innermost thoughts, my money, my financial situations, everything, every move that I'm trying to embark upon, you know what I mean? My codes, my passcodes, my passwords, as well as mutuality, hers too, and whatever the case may be, we know, right? Anything that comes to my mind, if it even is you, something I'm going on with you, I don't go around gossip. I'm laying down here next to my significant other. We may talk about whatever the case may be. So everything, my innermost, like my wife says all the time, I know you better than you know yourself. And it is true, because I don't know me. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when other people are allowed to breach the walls of that relationship, is there anything that should give you as sacred anymore? I'm going to feel away knowing, say, boy, damn. Everything where in my household, in these walls, when I walk through these walls and I feel like this is my sacred grounds and everything in here is personal, private, and us. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. For all I know, that car that old boy be driving, I paid for it. I don't even know. Right? Something wrong with me health-wise, and the doctor said, boy, you have your DNR, you do not resuscitate, you might depend. You better not resuscitate that dude right there. I got Trevor waiting in the wings. All kind of things. And, you end up in a health situation and you're like, yo, I need a kidney or whatever the case may be. You want to talk to your spouse and what, not. And she not really depend on that because she want to make sure that she's healthy because she want to make sure she's good for her other relationships. I want to say her, I mean her or him, vice versa, whatever the case may be. Right? So it's a lot of things that are getting breached outside of just the physical body walls that's getting breached. You understand me? But that's just, like I said, that's my viewpoint. Y'all let me know what you think. All right. Marlon said polygamy is more structured. Yeah. You know who the other people in the relationship are as opposed to running around with random or different women. Says who? So that means that, okay, remember, polygamy, multiple. So you can have multiple. We're talking about it from a dictionary standpoint, but in reality, it's not necessarily marrying people. It's just having people, right? But does it matter if you know who the 10 women or the 10 men are versus not knowing who they are? Does it make it cleaner? Now, here's the deal. You tell me this, Marlon. Question directed to you, right? If it's polygamy, right? And you can't have your 10 man out the road or your 10 woman out the road, right? And the numbers can increase and decrease at will because it's polygamy. There's no cap on it, right? Outside of the fact that you're not getting paid for it, which would make you not less of a prostitute, but a bad business person. What's the difference with what if somebody say I'm doing restricted prostitution? I'm not leaving everybody in, but I have 10 clients, right? What's the difference outside of the fact that you're just a bad business person because you're doing it and getting paid? I mean, you're getting broke off, and you know what I mean, you might getting satisfied on whatever the case may be. But what is the difference? And I'm not saying it from a gender standpoint. I'm saying it from human standpoint. Okay, you got male hookers out there too, right? But the structure, however structured polygamy is. You have organized gambling and you have unorganized gambling. Losing your house and your financial background and all of your finances in the casino ain't no different from losing it in a crap game. The difference is the casino is more organized, right? You said polygamy is more structured. So if I lose my house and all my savings and everything that I own in the casino in structured gambling, is it any different if I lose it playing a crap game? Let me know. Let me know. Suzette say yes. I don't remember what the yes is for, but are you saying that you'd be cool with the thing? Are you saying you're cool with the thing? Clementine. Annette said, good topic, but the street something is getting out of hand. You see me talk about Annette? You're gone way left with the thing, I said that earlier, that there's a misconception when people hear the word polygamy. That is one little gumbo going around here. So you have your 2 person and him having 2 person, and guess what? All on in that same room or create havoc. No, that right there. Yeah, that's on that nasty website that you be going on, girl. Stop it. That's your DVD collection. All right. But no. 9 times out of 10, the home is the home base. And that's where the couple lives and resides. And they do their extramarital thing outside of it. Let me tell you something. It can't in the same household, because what happens if she brings in somebody and tell the man, say, yo, you can't sleep in that couch tonight because me and Trevor got tear up that bed tonight. You answer me and say, all right, we're going to mash up that thing here. All right. Them says a memory foam. Well, we're going to mash up the memory tonight. This is a bed you're going to remember some things with Jono Star. You think, say, I'm going to say, all right, cool, y'all handle your business. I'll be out of here. No. They're going to go have them like a secret thing. Because there's something about intimacy that there's a privacy thing to it. And it's the reason why sometimes 2 people just had sex. But yet still when they get that the woman pulls on a sheet over her, a towel over her, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? There's something about your privacy still that you still want, or she still wants. So don't get it twisted. When we talk about polygamy and all them things, it don't mean it's a big gumbo going in there. Everybody's a cheer on your place. That ain't polygamy. That's a train. You know what I mean? Or an orgy. But for the most part, people live here. You are do your thing out there. You are do your thing out there. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't mean that she is, because she's polygamous and you polygamous, don't mean that you guys are into bisexual activities. So if the woman carry on my man, you're not participating in that. If the man carry on my man, you're not participating in that, because that's you being bisexual. That might not be a thing. But from a polygamous standpoint, you're out there doing you and she out there doing her, and then y'all. I'm just wondering, how does that work? I feel, and I think it is. I don't think it's a difficult task for people to accomplish. Who those people who are into it,
But I think some wires cross a certain way, and it takes a special person, just like you take a special person to be a bill collector, a special person to be a repo man, a special person to be a burglar. You know what I mean? You take a special person to be polygamous. I'm just saying. Diane said, no, sir. Suzette, I know quite a few people who are polygamous. You know people who are polygamous, or you know people who lose? One of them, I'm gonna ask that we're gonna go back another one because sometimes we know some loose people out here when I talk with them polygamous. No, skettle thing. And skettle thing is not relegated to women. Again, I tell you, it's not gender specific. You have some man out here skettle too. And people talk, but you can't call a man that. Yes, you can. All right. So are they polygamous? Are they machabas? Them polygamous? Are they skettle? Them polygamous? Are they loose? Let me know. I know quite a few people who are polygamous. They are married, live together, and have children under the same roof and are very happy together. They all have sex together at the same time or separately. That's not polygamy, my girl. May I tell you the truth. That's RG behavior. But guess what? You know what? You're right. Polygamy. The women are in love with each other. A virgin of mine telling me one time that he tried that, And while the thought of it and everything was dope, and it's, yo, I'm gonna do this, you know what I mean? And me and the two of them, it's gonna be bananas. Three of them, it's gonna be bananas, right? Because I'm a dude and it's Christmas for me. But then midway through, he felt like the fourth wheels, like they doing their thing, and he's kind of like, so double dutch, can I jump in? You know what I mean? You're talking about the women are in love with each other. Yeah, he's just a cog right about now. Somebody probably holding on to him because he probably paying the mortgage. You mean that it's all of them and they're in love with each other? Especially when I always hear women say that they're selfish and territorial and whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. You let me know. Remember, I'm no expert, all right? I'm quite naive, as a matter of fact. Don't forget that part. I am quite naive. These things are very, 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 very foreign to me. I am just talking about it because I was dragged, all right? I was drug into the thing. I'm just saying. I remember my naivete goes deep, all right? Goes deep. All right, so Sylvia says, people that take part in such behavior no doubt get turned on by what their partner is doing, so it would not be a problem for them to get together. You might be right. You might very well be right, Sylvia. You might be right. All right. Large of self-hope, you might very well be right. Susan said, the man and two women work and bought a house together. They each have their roles in the room, just like two. Boy, I tell you, John, I think turn up loud. You know something? If you drop a tune, then John.
Ooh, 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 oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh, yeah. I've never been the type to link you cause me want this or me need that. But listen to my prayer cause we need you, we mean that. But listen to my prayer now, tears them dread out a road, I run red, and me don't know if me I gonna make it home.
What up, D? How's it going?
Good boys and police running wild in the streets, and it feels like a war zone.
I don't doubt it, Marlon. It work for some people.
Work so hard, I can't let
it does.
Cause robbers want to take my one. But goodness and mercy will guide and protect me, so me know me not alone.
Blessings, Linden.
I need faith to go.
Remember, the views expressed by G. Cole is solely me. Nah, put it on the matter.
Need your strength to hold on, cause on my own I'm just not strong enough. Give me faith to go on. In this you're getting on, I need your strength to hold on, cause on my own I'm just not strong. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. The hearts of men have grown desperately wicked, and them seek the taste of blood. No compassion for humanity. I'm wondering what they're made of. Jaja, something seriously wrong with your people. Them not seem to have no love. And I'm of that point of view that we need to turn to you to give us faith to go on. In this Gideon, I need your strength to hold on, cause on my own I'm just not strong enough. Give my faith to go on. In this Gideon, I need your strength to hold on.
I'm just not strong enough. But if you stand with us and help us to rise up, nothing can harm us. No, no. Because we know that even in this time, with faith,
It's Cork, ladies and gentlemen. The song is called Give I Faith. It's a big tune, and I tell no lie. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's get back to it, because trust me, tell us sometimes we just have a drop of like a reference fee. Ooh, maintain a little sanity. You know what I mean? Julie says the people who want 5 girlfriends or 5 boyfriends are not practicing polygamy. That's true. That is true. That is so true. We could say the same thing about people who say it's a common law marriage. It really isn't, right? But they find a definition for it because they want the fruits of marriage, but they don't want the investment of marriage. So it's called a common law marriage. So a lot of people want the fruits and the benefits of the polygamy, but them don't want the tie-ins of it. You know what I mean? Who wants to marry 5 persons? You crazy? I mean, even if your money turn up load, what kind of thing that? Yeah, man. But I feel you. I'm just messing around. I feel you though, Julie, in terms of it is really not legally and in theory polygamy. But again, just like if you live with somebody long enough, it is considered a marriage, a common law marriage, if you sleep with enough people and each person know about it and you don't know you have your little nest and harem go on, and we can call it polygamy, right? We can call it polygamy. Large up again, Mason. Gene, what's going on? What's going on, Gene? How's it going? Always good to see you. Oh, yes, amazing. I'm going up the road right about now. Again, thanks everybody across the road, man. We got people in Israel right now that's logged in on watching and listening. I appreciate y'all big time. Japan's here. All right. Hawaii's in the building. California is here. Jersey's here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you big time. All right. Julie, polygamy involves, and I honestly, like I said, we have reality, we have rationality. All right. If we're getting technical, yes, it's the marrying part of it. But like I mentioned, all right, common law thing, right? Came up afterwards. After the dictionary gave you its definition of marriage and what it is, and the Bible and all of the whatever you subscribe to as far as belief says marriage, right? Is two, yeah, but common law marriage, we talk about that too, right? And it's legit. So again, we're not getting that technical. It is what it is. Some people practice polygamy and never walk into the courtroom or down the aisle getting married, right? Yeah, he said I'll do a comment, but trust me, still the trouble. Diana, I'm sorry. Is that true words? Appreciate you. Suzette, untrue. Man and woman was married. Relationship was lacking. Very good friend came into the picture with the husband. The wife saw the dynamics of how the husband mindset changed, and they all agreed in the union. The wife gets the peace of mind of both individual. Husband gets the best of both women, and where one is lacking, the other makes up. So, all right. Again, remember, the views of G Code is only my views. So that could wholly and solely just be the case, and that is all it, right? But based on listening to that too, because I've seen this situation happen too, where man has woman or wife, man finds somebody else out in the street, and the options is either the man leaving or the woman conforming. And the Bible, so the Bible speaks of it, that you're going to have time when a woman is just going to marry a man just to take his name. And we are in that place and time right about now where the women so far outnumber the men that women put up and tolerate a lot more than they ever would. Let's just call a spade a spade. All right. So that may not necessarily be because she's good with it. It's just because for some reason she doesn't want to let go, and she may have conceded. Right. Again, I don't know. Me no know it none at all. And you may be getting the version that they're giving you. Right. So again, she may just have conceded and don't want to give up the man. So she just decides, say, you know something, we could shake up the dolly house. Because let's read it again. Man and woman was married. Relationship was lacking. Very good friend came into the picture with the husband. Is that very good friend a man or a woman? The wife saw the dynamics of how the husband mindset changed, and they all agreed to the union. So I'm assuming that based on what you're saying, if I'm not misreading, is that another woman came into the picture and his wife saw that, yo, things good and the man happy and the man very. So she just made a threesome out of the group, right? Here's what the question should be. Is the woman allowed to bring fear another man in the thing now and make it a 4? And all 4 of them just play a ball in there, you know what I mean? No pun intended. All 4 of them up in there going buck wild. You, the wife, your other woman, because the best of both worlds, right? But Joe grind, right? Joe grind with the hammer Or Ernest too. I tell you, boy, don't worry yourself, Mike. You go on play with the extra thing. I got your wifey covered. Does that fly also? Does that fly also? So that right there is not polygamy. It is selfishness and manipulation. If what I am saying is correct, if what you're saying is correct, then hey, player, you grew at what you do. You sell it. You're able to convince. It is what it is. You need to write a book, right, and teach these fake players how to really do it. But it is possible and very likely that ain't it. All right, a lot of things. Again, the views of G. Cole does not represent those of everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody, right? Becca, what you mean? Bad business person, man. If you have a bag of man out the road and you do it for free, and some people out here getting mad money for it, you mad? Your business decisions is off. And if you go to college, go work out your thing. All right, Marlon said, when it's different amount of people out the road, that's an open relationship. What's the difference, Marlon? There is no cap. That's what I'm trying to get to. You can't. There's no cap. If it's polygamy, it means multiple. The definition said multiple. It never said 2. It never said 3. It never said 4. Suppose you decide, okay, you know something, let us just put a number in there, and this is how we're going to work with our polygamy right about now. We're going to agree to a number. 15, me say. Right? 15. I'm not going above the 15. It's polygamy. There is no cap. There is no cap. The true definition, and I'm a roll with Julie on this, because again, her is more technical and more in depth and more true. And like I said, you're 100% right. But what happens pretty much is this: the polygamy is the legal part of it, is making it legal. The reason why we kind of make the lines a little bit more fluid and it can move a little bit more is because, remember, polygamy is a legal thing, but it's not acceptable everywhere. Even in the country, there are states that will it and there are states that won't. So that's the reason why some people are just doing it without the licensing, right? No different from same-sex marriages, no different from bigamy, no different from a whole bunch of things. It's legal in some places. It ain't legal some places. It doesn't mean that it's not recognized in the dictionary and in theory and in our lives. We know what it is. So for those people who want to call it an open relationship, it's probably just because you live in a spot where in work. You can't legally do that. You'll go to jail for that, right? Remember, bigamy is a crime in many places. Now we're talking about polygamy right about now, not marrying 2 people, marrying a bunch of them. And remember, the definition says multiple. Multiple can be anywhere from 2 to 1 million. All right. So let's just say 15, because I like that number 15, right? So there is really no difference between the open relationship and polygamy if you think about it, except for the fact that one is a legally recognized union, as per Julie, right? That's the only real difference between the two. All right. So when we're talking one, and we conflate the thing and we get all it's semantics. You know what I mean? It's potato. You know what I'm saying? Tomato. You know what I mean? We just do that because we moving the strings. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Same thing. It's a lease or rental. Which a difference. You know what I mean? A difference. Right? Is it a car payment or a car note? It's the same thing. Right? All right. So that's where it's going down right about now. Marlon said that's the difference between polygamy and an open relationship. Again, the difference really is just legal recognition. One of them legal to some degree because it's illegal everywhere. All right, you can't just be rolling around these streets talking about polygamy a thing. You can't say open relationship a thing. And in some cases, a man can say I bag a girl, I'm a thing. You know what I mean? And a woman can say I bag a man. She's not gonna say it loud because it ain't cool, and people ain't gonna like that. You know what I mean? She's gonna get called names, floozy. You know what I mean? But the man them get away with it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Kojo. Go on, fam. Blessings, man. It's always a joy for seeing, always a joy. Suzette says, to each his own. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other. I don't judge what I don't know. You're absolutely right. I'm not judging to what them join me in a conversation. So that's how it comes up. You know what I mean? I would never. Here's the thing. Let me express this explicitly. If I know somebody that's living the life, I'm not going to go over there and tell them, say, if you do wrong. I won't. It's your thing. Your thing. Now, here's something that some people either not honest about, unwise about, or a little bit of both. Any lifestyle that you live that I don't endorse, that I don't support, it doesn't mean I have a problem with you living it. I just might not. It might not be for me. And when I say it not be for me, if you're in my household and my child and them ask me, I'm going to teach them that ain't the way to go. That means it ain't for me, right? Any lifestyle that I may deem not for me,
I can teach my kids that it's not for me, and that's what I'm passing down, because what we live 9 times out of 10 is what's passed down to us. Later on in life, we may make our own decisions, but a lot of us do the things we do just because it's passed down. The God we worship, the food we eat, the clothes we wear. Don't get it twisted and disillusion yourself and think that this is your innate comment. No, this is all taught. That's the reason why there are some places in the world right now people worshiping cows. That's the reason why there are places in the world right about now people don't mind killing themselves for the cause, because they believe that they're going up to get all these 7 virgins or whatever the case may be. Family will be taken care of. Believe, kill, believe, cure. So let's not get it twisted for a minute. Right? So we all have our different theories that we subscribe to and don't subscribe to. Me not stop any person from live for them life and for them truth, but your truth may not be mine. So I am not going to condemn your faith. I mean, I not say a word about it, but we won't intermingle. In other words, you can't bring that to my house, because I can't be like, I don't think polygamy is right, and I teach my children I don't think polygamy is right. But my neighbor have 5 wives, and we invite him over, and him 5 wives are over here, and me and my kids, who I'm teaching that polygamy ain't the thing to do, are all here. So when they're gone home, though, they may have to explain to my children how, while I was saying, how come I end the thing, right? So, but Clementine say, I beat the thing in the ground. That's what the topic is about. I mean, this is the thing is, I can't really, I kid you not, Clementine, between you and me, I've probably gotten about 15, 16 requests to approach it, because of the fact that I've kind of been drawn into the other platforms to talk about it and participate in it. And it's just like a minor, because again, if you have 6 people on a platform, you can only say so much. So them want to do it. You know what I mean? We're going to do it. But I understand still, because that's how I feel about the relationship episodes, when I've done some of the relationship episodes and people are asking for more and more and more. And I'm like, how much more of this can we do? But believe it or not, tonight is pretty much the one night that we're going to do this. That's why we just, like you say, beat it. All right. In the words of Michael Grammy Rose, beat it like a bad picnic. All right. Dallas in the house. What up, Beverly? How you doing? All right. Joe, in other countries like Africa, Middle East, their custom and religion is to marry more than one wife. Again, the ladies will say this all the time. And that's the reason why I kind of have to side with the ladies sometimes when they get upset about certain things, Hear what's said here. And it is true. It is what it is. And again, polygamy, wherever you go, regardless of where in the world you are, it is what it is, right? So here's my thing to that now, Kojo. In defense of my ladies, them. Why is it that the custom is the man can have one bag of wife? Why the woman can have one bag of husband? Ladies, talk to me. How come the man can have one bag of wife, but the woman can have one bag of husband? I'm really burning out the theory of men being able to be promiscuous, but women are frowned upon for it. So we have to remove the gender lines. All right? A man can have more than one wife. Then why the woman can't have more than one husband too? Suzette said, a couple I'm aware of that live together, they all have sex together. So if it's bisexual, then it is they're happy to. Okay, so that answers that. Okay, so you do know. Mad. Let me see here. Mason, nah, lie, brother. But nah, too. For the conversations in the dark, bad thing. We're going to drop that joint in a minute. All right. Leela said, you're on this topic tough. Bottom line, I ain't sharing. Period. I like if the spirit is spelling. You ain't sharing nothing. Not you. I ain't mad at you. Jacqueline, Wagwan. That's called a polyamorous relationship. You're right, Marlon. That's absolutely it. Again, if we really getting technical, most times when we're talking about it, we're loosely talking about it. But you're right. Suzette, my friends are not loose. They're when I say loose, man, I mean I'm not education. I mean loose. None of that. I mean I'm say loose and I think about it, Suzette. I mean I say them dunce. I never say them uneducated. And college degrees and professional. Stop your friend loose, All right, yeah, some judges around here and some lawyers and some presidents and some things and some princes and whatever, as you shall see coming out soon, and people going to jail. The loose thing have nothing to do with them education and them clout. All right, they are professors in various professional careers holding many accolades in the communities. Don't stop them from loose. These are not fly-by-night people being irresponsible and careless out in the streets. They are raising children in this unity. Oh, snap. So they might raise children tonight. Yeah. All right, we're going to let it go.
No, G. Cole Marlon is correct when he says polygamy is more structured. I agree. I didn't disagree. I didn't disagree about it being more structured at all. In fact, I agreed it was way more structured. But it's just a structured version of the same thing, right? Monogamy is perhaps a more European construct, says Noel James. During medieval times, the men would put their woman in a chastity belt while they go in search of a concubine. Monogamy has its roots in the traditional custom of men owning and controlling their women. Monogamy is a choice that is unnatural. Mud. It requires much discipline and struggle with personal human tendencies. Of course, there are people who are conditioned to the concept of monogamy and think that any other contradicting approach is outside. I lost a piece of it there, but I feel you. I like that thought there. I feel you. 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 I feel you, Noel. I feel you. I like that. I like that. I like that thing there. Still difficult for Swift. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Not gonna sound right. Not gonna sound right. But I feel you. And here's the funny thing about it too. A lot of the stuff we speak of in these theories, we don't even know how true they are, because a lot of the literature that's been passed down over generations, not everything is factual. Some of them are fiction, some of them are entertainment. We don't really know, right? Customs and traditions, we don't really know. But I hear you. I personally, one of the gripes I have with the polygamy situation is the fact that it is always tailored. And I get me wrong, I can say this because I'm not going to be in it, right? But it always seemed to favor the men. But yet still, when I speak in this day and age, or hear people speak about it, it comes more supported by the women. So it's more supported by the women now when I have the conversation, right? So you'll hear a man and a woman talk about it, and the woman is more favorable for it in this day and age. That's just my experience. But then when we talk about the histories and whatever the case may be and the bravado, the men want to proclaim it a male thing. So we're also being a little bit hypocritical with it, because we want to choose that whenever it's convenient for us. But when the woman start condemning and tell us, so we had this and we had that, then we start saying, no, infidelity and promiscuity and want to have multiple people is not a man thing. Woman do it too. But yet still, when we want to theorize it and legitimize it, then we say, no, if you look under Google and if you research it, it's really for the benefit of men. Where's my lighter? Straight fire, and a third fire. All right. Raquel Wagwan, good to see you. Good to see you. Don't think the hubby would be okay with Joe Grant. Raquel, they think that's true. That's true. It is so true. Julie, it is multiple women and women. It can be a group marriage or a polyamorous relationship. Okay, cool beans. Understand completely. If they agree to a number, they have to agree to choose the person's relationship. Can't choose somebody for me. Choose an ugly girl, give me a mad. Next thing you set up the thing and you come through with one bag of male model and you give me all kind of no, sir. Thing not gonna be there. Not at all. No. Me I choose my thing. All right. Me I choose my thing. What a clone. Okay, so we have some crazy people that are doing some things right about and tying up the feed. Yeah, man. So it's just it's honestly it's it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I like when folks say I'm not missing now. Julie almost agreed to who is added to the group. Boy, I get a look. Boy, you're not right, G. The wife agreed to it, and the husband was never going to leave. Mad. Like I said, I'm not saying that's what it was. I said based on what you're saying, it could be, right? And I was hoping that you could clarify, which you have. All right. And even though the wife wasn't happy, she was not about to leave her marriage. Okay. You're not right, G, because you're answering and feeding into something that I'm saying. You're not right, G. The wife agreed to it. Yes, she agreed to it. Right? The husband was never going to leave his wife. Okay. On a regular basis, the woman would probably, or one person would leave after they find out about that, right? But he wasn't going to leave his wife, right? She had an option to leave or stay, all right? And even though the wife wasn't happy with it, like I mentioned before, somebody conceded. That's the part of it that you're excluding from the reasoning, I said it's highly likely, and again, I don't know, and I don't know how much you know. You're telling me now you have the info, but I am saying, by the sounds of what you said earlier, she conceded, right? Whether or not the man was going to leave or not was up for grabs. We don't know, and it didn't happen, so we don't really know, right? But because at the end of the day, if the situation had gone other way than how it went, you don't know if the man would have leave.
Suppose it blew up and became contentious, then maybe he would have left because the situation became hostile. We don't know that. But the thing is, it never happened. So we're riding with that. But like I said earlier, it is highly likely and more than likely that somebody conceded. And based on what you're saying here, even though the wife wasn't happy, she wasn't about to leave her marriage. More power to them. You know what I mean? More power to them. Clementine, it's all love. It's always love. You know I love you. We can't stop love. No, trust me. Remember, I'm gonna talk to your auntie. I'm gonna talk to everybody. We're gonna get your thing out here, son, and we'll blow up your spot. All right? Trust me. You're judged by the company you keep, says Sylvia. All right. Men made the rules. You're right. Half of the problem that's why the world I got to hell in a handbasket because too much of the man them a control the thing. You know, tell no lie. All right. Brother Inspirational Henry, women can't do what a man do and still be a lady. With a name like Brother Inspirational Henry, I'm not surprised that is your theory. But I hear you, bro. I hear you. It's a theory that deserves one of these. Fire. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get another light out, a bigger fire. Women can't do what a man do and still be a lady. Don't get me wrong, my fire now burn out you know. It's the theory because that is what's being said, has always been said. Hypocrisy at its finest, but it is what it is, right? So we're talking about women can't do what a man do and still be a lady. True. So when a man do it, is he, because when we talk about a lady, that is an ascension, right? That's you have female. You can go gender, so she's a female, or you can go into she's anatomy, she's a woman. When it's a lady, now that's close to me. You know what I mean? And every woman is a lady. At the end of the day, I'm not business way I want to say. And every woman is a lady. I'm looking at the camera coming, no, so somebody gonna retort, right? But if you say a woman can't do certain things and still be a lady and be ascended and be highlighted and put on a pedestal and be respected, because that's what a lady is, right? But a man can do it and be honored and respected and whatever the case may be. Answer the one, the Brother Inspirational Henry. Like me say, I'm not surprised about the theory. So you let me know. I'm not subscribe to those theories at all. I never will. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. Julie, there are places in the world where women have more than one husband. That's cool. Nice. The thing up and again, I like the fact that you put that out there because of the fact that if people are going to run around and say a man can have a bunch of women, then is what it is. Could just say, I guess G code, it's reproduction, multiple, and taking care of wife financially. That is, let's get that up here. That is so true. Like many of the previous comments were, Kojo, it's about reproduction, right? But at the end of the day, remember, these theories and these lifestyles were coming down from kings and people of wealth, but now they want to be practiced by people who cannot take care of those wives and those children financially. All right. Remember, when you decide to go practice, unless Kojo, when you decide to go practice the polygamy, are these relationships with multiple partners, do you run a credit report? Do they do a credit report? Do they pull up the financial history and see if it's in your budget? All right, because it might not be in your budget. You know what I'm saying? Suzette said, I've never seen or heard of two men and a woman. Is all I'm going to say. All right. It look like you never go Papa on beach yet. So Beverly says, I am too jealous for that kind of lifestyle. Boy, Beverly, maybe it's not just that you're too jealous, you know. Sometimes we have to give ourselves, pat yourself on the back, brush off your shoulder, give yourself the ratings you deserve. Maybe that lifestyle's beneath you. Let's just call it what it is. We're not looking upon a body thing. But maybe that it's not just about the jealousy thing. Even if you weren't jealous, maybe there's a lot of other things. Like I said, to me, there's something gross about that. You know what I mean? Something nasty about that. Yeah, nah, ain't going. Julie said Nigeria, India, Kenya, China, and South America have had cases of women having multiple husbands. Hey, cool beans. I ain't mad at that. All right, let's balance the scales. Man can have multiple wives. Boom, boom, boom. Lisa says someone has hacked your page, G code. They didn't hack the page. They just come in and talk a bag of nonsense and post it in there. So I'm skipping by what it is. Afterwards, I'll go and delete it. So they didn't hack it. It's just one of them people who like to, it's spam pretty much is what it is. All right. Suzette, this is my very best friend. And because I was not privy to such relationships, I had to sit with them and ask them questions. So I was more informed because I was truly taken aback by such a relationship. I'm taken aback, front, everything. Suzette,
tell them I'd like to offer them an invite, right? A formal invitation to the show, all right? To enlighten my ignorance and a couple of other people who might be a little ignorant on the topic too. You know what I'm saying? So just extend the invitation on my behalf. Appreciate it. I'll give them a t-shirt, a mug, you know what I mean? And some candy. All right. Appreciate love it. Appreciate love it. Appreciate love it. All right. Gojo, you know the thing already. You know the thing already. Raquel says, stop it with the Palm Beach. I'm just playing. Love the Palm Beach, folks, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a vibe. All right. It's almost that time to roll up out of here, but I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. More tunes. More tunes. This one's called When I. It's from yours truly, G. Cole and the Raps and Kush Band. Comes from the album Motorius, all right?
Only Jah know when I'm feeling like I'm feeling.
Lots of YouTube fam.
You let me down.
Everybody on Jamaicans.com.
You let me down.
Homegrown with G. Cole.
Need him like I need him. Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. When I'm feeling like I'm feeling, Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. When I need it, like I need it, Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. Whenever things get tough, whenever things get hot, I pull on Moses and head up to the mountains. I fall upon my knees and then I pray non-stop. I say my blessings up and let the blessings dry. That's what I've always done, what I've always seen. My granny always do, and she taught to me. I'm a teacher, my little kings and queens. Whoa, when I feel
It's called When I, ladies and gentlemen.
like I'm feeling.
The album is called Ocharias.
Jah, you never let me.
It is G. Cole and the Raps and Kush Band.
You never let me down.
Yes, man.
When I need it, like I need it, Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. Another day goes by, another planting field, one on a planting farm, one a rubber steal, one have a heart of stories that he needs of me. He could feed the kids, correct, I know it's feel like just giving it up because it's faith is seen, but never place your bets before the deal a deal. You know the hottest fire makes the hardest steel. Like I'm feeling. Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. When I need it, like I need it, Jah, you never let me down. I say you never let me down. Even if I'm breaking inside, He forsaken me never. No. My faith is stronger than pride. Jah is with me forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Forever. When I need.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big one. It is time for me to get up out of here. All right, listen, I want to thank y'all so much for rocking out with me. Remember, the podcast, Homegrown with J. Cole, is available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, we're there, all right? Listen to some great music, talk to some great people, a lot of interviews with your favorite artists, musicians, personalities, and a lot of educational stuff. We tackle mental health, all right? Sexual abuse in the workplace, all right? Sexual misconduct all over. We also talk to human trafficking, speaking to people who've been through it, who've dealt with it. We're going to be talking with, very soon, I'm going to try to make it happen this coming week, Janelle Reynolds, author of the book Wounded Survivor, all right? A personal memoir on surviving loss of loved ones, sexual abuse, and illness, all right? Mental and physical. So we're going to be chopping it up with her. Appreciate y'all big time. Let me see here. Suzette says, I am sure they would be happy to trust me. I'm serious. Reach out to them, and if they're willing to do it, I love to have the convo, because to me, it's not like knowledge. It's not like education. Oftentimes, we speak from the outside vantage point. we don't necessarily hear the opinions of the people involved in it. Like I said, and I explicitly state, it's not a look down on, it's not a condemnation, it's not a, you know what I mean? It's just a reason, it's just a convo because it's been coming up a lot. Came up a lot recently. Big up Judith Falloon Reed. You know what I mean? I'm just having fun. Got to mess with her, but one of the dopest poets out there. You need to check her out. All right. But check her out on social media, man. She's doing major things out there. Lovely, 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 lovely lady. All right. Make sure you support her thing. And of course, you know, she was the inspiration behind it just based on a comment. That's the funny thing about it. One comment and it gone all down the road. And of course, what I'm talking about is not what she meant, but you don't know. Double entendres. I took it for what it was and we ran with it, right? Sylvia, I can only manage one man. That is enough. I like that thought to Sylvia, but may I ask you a question? Oh, you know that? Let it soak in. Can only manage one man? Oh, you know that? You don't knock it till you try it, they say, all right? Trust me, a lot of flus is out there. We tell you right now, girl, you need to try it. You know what I mean? You need to try it. Trust me, I'm just telling you how the thing go. Clementine, much love, much love, much love. As always, Kojo, it's a pleasure seeing you in the building, man. Much love. I appreciate y'all. Denise, Wagwan. Thank you so much for rocking out with us. Blessings, Suzette. Always a pleasure when you roll through. You don't know the thing set up already. I appreciate you big time. Words can't even say, man. Julian, Mish, everybody. Sylvia, thank you. I'm just wilding out, having a good time. I get a little bit of trouble. Got to big up everybody listening in on Royal Zion Highness Radio and again on Jamaicans.com. Shirley, blessings. Lodge up my massive and crew in Canada. I appreciate y'all big time. All right. What song would be the most pleasing way to come out of here and the most, you know what I mean, the right way for roll up out of here? What y'all think? I want to drop it. No, you know, something too much. But then again.
Well, everybody don't know me, name Leonard. I'm going to Paris and the girl named Concord.
Let me stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just giving trouble. All right. That's what I do. Again, I thank you all so very, 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 very much. If you haven't yet followed us on social media, it's at MyGCole. All right. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This new craziness called Chat Room. Check it out. All right. But it's Homegrown with G Cole. Available everywhere. Anyone in your networks. I also want to thank all the radio stations that carry the show. Too many to mention, 15 and counting. I appreciate y'all big time. All right. Big time. Time for me to roll. Or we might just get that song on board. All right. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Timmy, happy birthday. All right. Let's go.
Nakikinig sa música Homegrown with G Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G Cole.
And the man we have 10 gal in 1 yard. Mission, me and the girl them Gishada. Be a sexy girl, me a Corona and a Sada. The girl them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off and me partner. Again, me and the girl them Gishada. Be a fat girl, me a Corona and a Sada. The girl them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off and me partner. Well. So the father for the son, me hook out a girl, see him so they come. And me brother them get 15 sons. Couldn't afford to let me hold man down. Everywhere me go, and everywhere me come, me a gal a short, see the man ya come. The gal you know me bad, to me sell platinum. And look married life, me make mash up and done. Look gal me
I gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for rocking out. It's merciless.
Time to have fun.
Judith, I love you.
Be a fat girl, me a girl and a starter. The girl them send me out a father. And no slack me take it off and me father. Again,
I'm out.
What more girl them me well one starter. The girl them send me out a father. And no slack me take it off and me father. Anyway, me the girl them